Hey, how's it going, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to review a couple more episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, episodes 87 and 88. So, 87. This was a pretty cool episode. One thing that's a little bit disappointing, but not really. It's just something I'm going to mention, but for this episode, we basically get Koenma talking with Sensui, not Sensui, but, you know, the violent, crazy, whatever dude, I forget his name, starts with a K, Kazuya or something like that, maybe, I'm not sure, that might have been Kuwabara's name, or is that Kazuma, I don't know, whatever. The crazy gun dude, violent, that guy, he's talking with Koenma. Koenma's basically saying, you know, oh, okay, you know, Sensui can hear me, he's trying to reason with him, tell him to stop. And basically what ends up happening is he's forced to use the pacifier, and the pacifier is basically a ring that absorbs a tremendous amount of spirit energy from Koenma throughout his entire life for hundreds of years, or like over 100 years or whatever. And it'll create a Kekai barrier, even stronger than the one that's already there, can hold back S-class demons, and there you go. And he's like, I'm going to trap you on the other side, it's all over. But he gives him a chance, he doesn't want to do this to Sensui, there's still a little bit of, you know, care that he has for him. And what he ends up doing is giving him a choice, like, stop this or I'm gonna fuck you up. And the seven of them think it over and they say, yeah, no, fuck you, we're still going through with it, I'm gonna kill you. And he's ready to activate it, and Yusuke gets up because, you know, obviously Yusuke was at gunpoint earlier. Instead of shooting him, he like kicks Yusuke away, and then Yusuke fires a spirit gun. Or maybe the firing of the spirit gun caused him to kick him away. I think that's what happened. He was gonna fire it, he noticed, threw him off to the side, and the spirit gun went off, but it didn't land a hit. And Yusuke was pretty much unconscious for most of their conversation. Then Yusuke gets up, knocks the pacifier out of his hand, and says, this is my case, you're not fucking this up. Really what Koenma was going to do was going to solve this entire problem. Yes, it would have been a last resort, and the pacifier would have been gone, and they wouldn't have been able to use it on a later threat. But Yusuke's basic idea is not only just pride, that he wants to win the fight, but I think also that he probably doesn't want to waste that. Maybe he doesn't want Koenma to waste that thing when he can do it later. Kind of. He also says, I don't care about the portal, I don't care about anything, I just want to beat you. Which is obviously messed up priorities, but you know. Then he punches Koenma and he's like, I've been waiting to do that for so long. That was really funny. So yeah, he's gonna fight the fucking gun dude, and he's like, wait a minute, get your better dude out, get someone better than you, you're too easy. Epic rapid punch to his gut, and then Shinobu comes out. It turns out the guy we already saw was not the original Sensui, that was another personality. At least I believe that's how it works, because he said I haven't shown my face in months, and he has a much more polite tone. A lot of build-up when he woke up, too. But it was really cool, like, Yusuke goes to, or not Yusuke, he goes for a handshake, like, it's a pleasure to meet you, and Yusuke goes to punch him, and he's like, arm twist, stomps in his ribs, throws him on the ground. Then he takes his hand and shakes it, like I said, nice to meet you. That was pretty fucking badass. I liked that a lot. That was cool. And I believe Yusuke ends up getting up, and he says, I got enough power left to beat you. And we also find out about another personality that's apparently a female, and she's like really nice and stuff, and she like talks to the one other, the gay dude, I forget his name, don't mean to be like fucking derogatory about it, but the gay dude, the dude who likes Sensui, I forget his name. But yeah, apparently they talked a lot. Doesn't sound like a fighter, so I'm not really too worried about seeing that personality. It's good that we got her described and how she acts and everything. So that makes 4 that we've seen, I believe. There was Gunslinger, fucking violent dude, starts with a K. There was, I guess, Sensui, and now this is Shinobu, and then there's that girl. So that's 4. I don't think we're going to see the other 3, because he's already in Shinobu form. I just have a feeling that those other 3 are going to get completely skipped. You should have just said he had 5 personalities, or briefly mentioned the other 3. Maybe the other 3 will still be mentioned, maybe he'll even switch into them. Maybe there is one that's even stronger than Shinobu, but the way he powered up at the end, I think he's probably the strongest one. The one that has the most mental control, that can control the body to the fullest and use all of its power. At least that's how I kind of interpret it. Like Dragon Ball logic, where Captain Ginyu took over Goku's body, but he couldn't mentally control all of its power because it wasn't a good fit. It wasn't mind to body matching each other. That's kind of the way I interpret it. Shinobu is the main leader. He's the main mind of the body, so he can control it to the fullest. Like I said, my interpretation could be wrong. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm definitely excited to see where the fight goes. If it gets really one-sided and he beats the shit out of Yusuke, that's fine. I just don't want Yusuke to win off some crazy bullshit. But yeah, the fighting in this episode was absolutely badass, and Koenma and the pacifier, finding out what it does. Even though it wasn't used, we found out what it does. Worth the hype? Kind of. It wasn't super hyped up, but it was kind of like, oh, you know, what's the pacifier gonna do? It's a pretty big deal, and it might still end up getting used, but we just have to wait and see. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. We got a new personality introduced, kind of. I mean, it's the original, but we haven't really seen him yet, I suppose. We got description on the other personality. The pacifier plot point seems to be done and over with, or at the very least, it's moved along. And him and Yusuke are going into their next, round of fighting. So, I mean, story progression, it's alright. Animation was good. Pacing was good. Little bit slower than the last couple episodes, but they had a lot of fighting, so it makes sense that they were faster paced. It was paced perfectly normal, just a little slower than the last couple. Not criticizing it at all. Like I said, the pacifier not being used, kind of disappointing, but I can see why. Main character has to beat the opponent, blah blah blah. Shonen thing, whatever. So yeah, pretty much all I have to say about this episode. I'll probably give it around a 7.5 to like a 7.8. I thought it was a good, above good, like a good plus episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm definitely excited for the next one. So, yeah, see you in the next one. Okay, you guys, so episode 88, fuck, oh my god. S-class level, that's absolutely disgusting, was not expecting that at all. But anyways, to summarize the episode, we've got Shinobu, who is kind of disappointing me personality-wise, and I'll get into that, but we've got Shinobu, and he's powering up. The recap actually ran a little bit extra long in this episode, not too big of a deal. Kind of affects the pacing slightly, but it's alright. We got Shinobu, he's powering up like crazy, and it turns out that he has not spirit energy, not demon energy, but sacred energy. It's supposed to take like 40 years to master, and he says that he was able to master it via all his different personalities training towards it, all of it accumulating, 40 years worth of training across 7 people. Kind of makes sense, I suppose. And then you have basically the confirmation of him being an S-class, and he does like this fucking sweep with his hand, and Yusuke gets blown back and gets punched like 6 times from a distance. And then you've got fucking the moment. There was actually a really funny scene where Yusuke uses his shoe to hit him in the face to get the pacifier back, and he catches it in his foot. That was pretty cool. He ends up blowing them back, slams them into the wall, gets the pacifier back. Koenma activates it. He stops it. Now, of course, it's supposed to be able to trap S-class demons. He has S-class power. How does he stop it? I assume it's a line where Koenma says that this thing will eventually reach the power to stop even the mightiest of beasts, which means it's gaining strength as it's trapping him. He most likely stopped it before it reached full power. Deflected it, flew through the air. All these people are like, holy shit, there's like this massive crater. And, yeah, Yusuke's still getting like destroyed. There's a moment where he gets his arm totally snapped, broken, like a twig. How Yusuke's gonna win, I have no idea. The pacifier's gone. And that's pretty much the whole episode, at least as far as the main action and everything. Yeah, Botan went off to Spirit World to tell King Yama what's going on. But Shinobu's kind of disappointed me personality-wise. He's acting a lot like the regular Sensui we already saw. When he first appeared, he had this very stoic, calm personality. He was very polite. Now he's just kind of acting like the Sensui we already saw, and that's really, really disappointing. Like, extremely disappointing, to be honest. He's not boring, he's just the same as he was before. It's practically not even a personality change, he's just really strong. But still, whatever Yusuke's gonna do, I have no idea. But yeah, he's S-class. Even Hiei has this moment where it's hopeless, we can't win, it's screwed. Nice little speech he had. But yeah, I don't know. Personality, not digging it, because it's the same personality we already had. But it wasn't a bad one, so I'm not that, upset about it. Animation, good. I'm kind of rushing through this because I'm in a hurry and I have a low battery on my thing. But yeah, I liked the episode. There was some pretty good story progression in terms of just the pacifier being used, gone, seeing his full power. Things are really reaching their climax. The fight's almost over. Yusuke seems like he's going to sacrifice himself. I'd probably give this episode around the same rating I gave the previous episode, like a 7.8. But definitely enjoyed it. Good plus episode of Yu Yu Hakusho. So, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry about the rushed review, and bye.